we're live. Let's see if it comes up. Because I have a problem. My comments never want to pop up.
I know, that's so weird. I'm going to pull it up on my phone too because...
Okay, so you can read them too.
Well, so I can see them too, yeah. Or else it's kind of weird.
But that's why we talked about doing the Facebook at the same time, which you could probably just share the link, right, on...
Yeah, I'll do that.
On our page, the Geekly, but we wanted to do, we've been trying that. We've been trying to do the dual, Facebook, YouTube, and we've always had problems.
But it's so weird that the comments all of a sudden won't work for you because they were working for a really long time.
I don't know. I must have hit something and forgot how to pull it back up, and I don't know.
That might be it.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised, knowing you.
I don't know how to pull them back up. There's probably one little thing, one little button to push, and I don't know how to pull it back up. But Tessa, can you tell I'm feeling better?
I can tell you're feeling better. Medicine, I tell you, it works wonders, doesn't it?
Oh, my gosh. I can still tell I'm dragging a little bit. Like, just my body.
Yeah, but you seem like 1,000 million trillion times better.
That was so bad. It has been, especially in the schools here, like, there was one school that shut down for 2 days just from sickness.
From sickness?
Uh-huh. And then like the school I work at, like in the mornings, they set off like a fumigation bomb, like a germ bomb. They
did?
Set off, yeah, like at night. I guess they have those like germ bombs they set off in the school to kill all the germs, and they set that off at the school. So I was like, it's going around bad. Anyway, I know some people here, so say hi when you get here.
Hi.
Say hi. Nobody's talking, but
sharing this on Facebook.
Our discussion today was actually pushed by Tessa. She talked me into it.
I did. So you're welcome, everybody, because this is going to be amazing.
And I didn't know anything about it, Tessa. I haven't known.
She tried to cut me off so fast, guys, you don't even know. She was like, no.
She's like,
no,
Manda.
No.
I did.
No.
She was like, Manda, we should talk about this. I was like, I don't want to talk about that. No, she's like, no, it's a comic. You would like it. I'm like, I ain't going to like it. I ain't going to talk about it. Blah, blah, blah. So you were like, so last night I was laying in bed. I'm like, let me just turn it on.
I'm so glad you did.
And I turned it on and I was like, oh, this is really good. It's called Deadly Class, but it's what? It's, oh, hey, Melanie. My girl Melody's here. So we're talking about, it's on the SyFy channel, the show, right? Deadly Class.
It is.
And it's based off of a comic. So it was the comic, and this series is based off of this comic.
Yes. Yep.
And it's
based off of this comic.
It is crazy.
So they let us see the premiere like 2 weeks before it premiered on TV. It was like,
who is they? So
the SyFy. So I know about this because do you know who produces it? Do you know who it is?
No.
It's the Russo brothers.
Shut up. Well, you should have just led with that, Tessa. You should have led the Russo brother. Like, you're just going to tell me this now?
So I did the reaction for the trailer during San Diego Comic-Con, and I was like, the Russo brothers. And so I found out it was based on a comic book. So I was like, well, I got to check out these comic books. And then I kind of forgot about it. And then I was watching, I don't know what I was watching, something on SyFy, and they had a commercial for it. Okay. And then they said, it premieres January whatever, but stream the first episode now. And it was like 2 weeks before it came out. Yeah. So I streamed it. I actually did a review on my YouTube channel, Mamas Geekly. Okay. Because I was like instantly hooked after the first episode, which I bet you can relate to, right?
Yes, because it's crazy. So all right, you've already read a little bit of the comic.
So that's why I ordered it right after watching that. I said, I got it. Yeah.
But does the first episode kind of go with like, is it following that comic since you just started reading the comic?
So I read the first issue of the comic and it's similar. Okay. There's some things that are a little different, some things that are almost the same.
So it starts out though in the show, because I just watched the first episode in the show.
You'll recognize this.
Is that? I'm trying to look.
Well, remember when he thinks about his parents?
Yes, all right. And they used that same image.
They did.
So it's about this boy, right? What's the boy's name? I don't remember the name. Marcus. Evans is here.
Hi.
Evans, we're talking about Deadly Class. Have you read the comics or started watching this show on SyFy? So yeah, it's about this boy, and he's like just on the streets. he was in a boys' home, I guess, and he's crazy and he burned it down. I was like,
I can't say anything.
Why? Oh, because things might. Right, so I just watched the first episode. So from the first episode, it talks about his parents are dead. His parents are dead, and it shows you crazy.
His parents are dead because some crazy lady
jumped out of the building,
suicide, and landed on him.
In front of his face.
Look at him.
It was funny how they replayed it in the episode because they played it. This lady jumping in comic style. They showed it like that same image.
I love that they do that. They continue to do that throughout all the episodes. They do little comic book parts, which are really awesome.
Which that is awesome because I didn't want to see that for real.
Right, of course. I know.
I didn't want to see that for real. So like their parents dies right in front of this little boy's face. He's holding a balloon. It was so sad. He's holding a balloon. That's in there too. Yes, he's holding a balloon. The parents like, oh, look at my parents. We're getting along. Boom, this lady jumps off a building and lands on him.
And who does he blame for it?
Crazy people.
Well, he blames Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He blames
Reagan cut the funding.
Reagan cut funding for, like, the homes where, like, people with mental disorders and stuff. And they all out in the street now. So he blames, Ronald Reagan for that. And that's who he blames for them being out in the street. And so he's grown up now. He was in a boys' home. That boys' home, like, caught.
So they show a little bit of him being, like, on the streets, which we don't really get too much of at all.
Yeah. I mean, he's only on the streets for a little bit.
Which is really
Melanie,
cool.
It's on the SyFy channel, Melanie. What is that? Oh, so, he's on the streets having a hard time. Right? Like, he has one little picture of him and his dad, and this guy grabs his backpack and takes that picture, and he, like, tries to fight him, and the guy's like, psh. He's like, don't mess with me, and like, and so he's like all sad. He has nothing. His picture's taken by this other homeless guy, and he finds like somebody who was smoking. Is that in the comics? Somebody was smoking a joint. Was that in there? That's in there. Somebody was smoking a joint and dropped it, and he's like he's down on his luck and his way. He's like, fine, I'm gonna go. He picks up that joint, starts smoking it, and it was like laced with like PCP or something, and he starts like seeing all this stuff. But then at the same time, he's seeing this stuff, like he comes upon like these killer people, right? They're like assassins.
Like kids.
They're kids, like young like him, but they are bad. Like they are riding their motorcycles and they got moves. They got ninja moves. Hi, Kabari. Yep. So he comes upon them and like seeing what they're doing. Like, all right, so. Oh, yeah. So that girl on the motorcycle. Now, what is her name?
Saya.
She's bad. So
I like her a lot. You're going to love her when you get to like, I think I just watched episode 5, which is so sad. There's only 10 episodes, so I'm halfway through already, which makes me like really.
Evans has never heard of it. What genre is it, he says?
Oh, they're like kids training to be assassins. They're kids. Right?
So, I thought my little girl would like this.
I'm going to tell you, it's from the Russo brothers. What'd you say?
Bella loves like anime, like Kill la Kill. You ever heard like Kill la Kill?
Yeah, there's some bad.
Do you think there's bad parts in the show?
There was just some naked parts. Not naked,
I didn't
but.
See it. Well, it's the SyFy. They can't show that stuff on SyFy, can they?
Well, they weren't naked, but they were.
Doing stuff?
Someone was in their bra and panties and was saying, have you ever been laid?
I mean, I don't know.
When you're on acid, is what she said, actually. I don't want to give too much away.
My kids watch YouTube. I'm sure they've seen a lot worse than that. They have YouTube.
There's just some parts you might want to be like, ooh. Yeah. Cover her. I mean, it gets violent. It gets real violent.
Well, like, so what they are,
blood and gore.
He comes across these assassin people, and they're young, and he's like, what? Like, what? How did, like, he's kind of shocked by it. Like, what is going on? And the one girl, that girl on the motorcycle, is trying to get him to come with her, right?
Right.
She's like, come join us.
Something that's a little different is this part is earlier, way earlier.
Okay.
The part where he's gonna kill him.
Oh, yeah. So she wants him to join him, and he's like, no, right? He wouldn't, right? He's like, no.
He was like, you guys are crazy. I don't want to train to be a killer. What the?
But he has, like, nothing. Then he went up on the show, he went up on that tower and was gonna, that's kind of when you find out about his parents, because he's, like, flashing back.
Right.
That happened.
So that was way at the beginning of the comic. And she's just watching him, and she says, don't, and then he decides not to. So she doesn't, in the show, she grabs him and kisses him.
Yeah,
and like,
she, like, meets him up there, and she's like, no, come join us, and you have nothing, then come join us, like, to train to be this assassin.
It's a little different. It just shows she's been watching him, and she was like, oh, don't kill yourself. And she didn't say it to him.
You kind of figure all of them been watching him. Like, they're not going to just find this guy on the street. Like, you kind of figure that they've been watching, And
be like, here's our secret academy for killers. You know? There's
So,
one major difference. So I love that Wong is
Wong is the trainer.
But in the comic, he looks absolutely nothing like that. I will say from everybody I've seen, the kids, perfect casting, right? This guy,
he looks like a little, he looks
Monopoly Man.
He does look like the Monopoly. But it reminds me of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They have that like little rat guy. He's like a little rat. But he's like this, you know, trainer, karate and all that. And here comes this little man who's going to train some assassins. Hi, Joshua.
British. I don't know, but he's like walking around with tea, so I assume he's British. He's like little old man. So it's a little different. But
he said who Evans is asking who was the illustrator for that? The penciler. He says who's the penciler?
Let me see. The artist, so he's the writer. The artist is Wes Craig.
Okay.
He's also the co-creator. And the writer is Rick Remender. So Rick Remender writes, he co-created it with Wes Craig, who is the artist. The colorist is Lee Lowridge. Yeah. Oh, so Tim Raven asked if we're going to watch Umbrella Academy today. Does it come out today? Netflix? Is it on Netflix, right? I'm going to definitely watch it.
I'm gonna.
Brett, even my husband, is like into it, which means we'll get to actually watch it at a decent time.
I really want to buy the DC streaming because that Doom Patrol has got me hooked just from watching that trailer.
Too. And I'm like, am I going to Harley and then go and watch everything back, you know?
So that's what I'm like, should I buy a month?
Well, here's the thing. My friend who works at the comic shop, he even told me, he said he splits it with someone else and it's not worth it.
Really? Really?
Yeah. And he's a huge DC fan. And he was like, it's not really worth it yet. They just don't have enough.
But should I buy it like a month and then like binge on the thing I want?
I know. But so I'm wondering, I'm going to ask him if, like, when I see him next week, I'm going to ask him about Doom Patrol because I imagine he's going to start watching it.
Let me know. Then we'll split it.
But we could maybe talk about splitting it.
I know. That's what I'll say. We'll split it. Because we didn't say that DC universe.
No. We're going to each buy our own. Totally legit.
Yes. And Joshua Stark is not even going to pirate it.
No, never do that.
Vera's here. Hi,
Vera. Hi.
Zombies are real, y'all. This is our girl, Vera. You got to check out her channel.
So we got to have it on the thing.
What's annoying. Oh, the comments? Yeah.
I was telling her I can't see the comments. I have to look at my phone to see them. It's a whole, this program, something's wrong. Amanda clicked a button and, you know.
So, Vera's our friend, started her Zombies Are Real channel. Y'all should check out. I saw Tim Raven already did. I saw Tim Raven. I saw his comment, too, talking about, you're my new favorite YouTuber. I was like, oh, what? We see how it is, Tim Raven. So we see how it is. But she has a fun channel because it's like it's everything I don't like.
She would love this.
She would like that.
She would like it.
We're talking about today, Deadly Class. It's like a comic book. Assassin
kids,
killers.
Assassins. Like teenagers being trained to be assassins.
And there's no joke. That one guy is no joke though, Tessa. When they're in class training, and he takes a stick and busts that girl in the face and the nose and her blood goes everywhere. Like he don't play around, but I guess that's how you have to train assassins.
I know.
That's how you have to train them.
So look, in the comic, this is what their place looks like.
Oh. See, well, in the show, they go through, like, this Asian restaurant, right?
Well, they do that, too.
They do that, too, in the comic?
They go all through a tunnel to find it.
So he finally decides, after the girl talks him off the ledge, gives him a kiss. I was like, that's all he needed.
She doesn't give him a kiss. But I will say, in here they say, who's going to sponsor you? Like, everyone's like, I don't want to, like, you seem like you're soft. I don't trust you. I don't believe your rep.
Yeah.
And Saya says, I'll do it. So she does end up being his sponsor, just like in the, it's very, very, very similar. I mean, the girls look the same, down to the tattoos. Like, I was sitting here, there's one page, I got to try to find it, where I'm looking at her tattoos, and her tattoos are like,
even similar from that.
I mean, they're exact.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Russo brothers, right? So you know they're not going to do it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's kind of, I don't want to really bend my book, but.
Yeah. So, yeah, he goes in there, and they have, like, what is it? Oh, they have rules. Do they have the rules in the comic?
Oh, they got the rules here. Are you ready?
Okay, tell them the rules. So this is, they're like, we only have a few rules. And
they have a few rules, okay?
Yes.
No unsanctioned killing.
Okay.
No drugs.
No drugs.
No disobedience.
Mm-hmm.
No sex.
Yeah.
In the show, they say, we get around the last.
I know that one girl said, yeah, well, we got to find our ways about that one. I was like, oh, all right.
They say that in the book, and I was kind of like, oh, man. Because I did like that. She's like, we get around that last one. Like,
well, okay. I thought one of them was, on the show, I thought they said you can't ever, like, disclose the location or something.
Oh, well, then he says, and then he does say, it's actually right here. He does say it. Yeah, don't say, lesson 1. So that's not the rule. That's lesson 1. Should you ever reveal the location of the school, you will be eviscerated in your sleep.
Oh, okay. Evan said, what is wrong with penciler, Amanda? I have to remind you that I'm from Italy. We're pretty ignorant with foreign language. We say, like, the sketch artist or the illustrator. Penciler.
Yeah, so it says,
it's funny because penciler.
Artist.
Yeah,
is
like
what
artist.
It says in the
penciler just sounded like you didn't know the word, so you were saying penciler.
No, but I've heard penciler before.
Really?
Yeah, because some people draw it. Then there's someone who colors it. Like there's a colorist, so it's not the same person.
Oh well, look, Evans. I was making funny and I shouldn't have.
I'm figuring out you, Evans. I got you, boo. Don't worry.
I shouldn't have. I'm sorry, Evans. I'm sorry.
Pencilist is definitely sometimes said in the comic book world.
Before we go on, can I make my announcement?
Oh yeah, that's a good spot. Right? Go ahead.
Because y'all, guess who qualifies for those YouTube dollars? Guess who finally qualifies for those ads?
Amanda.
I had 1,000 subscribers a while, but I finally hit the hours, so I haven't put my ads in yet. So you can't. Evan, save that money. Save that money.
Don't look at me, Evan.
Well, that's why I said he has to save, because he's going to be dropping those dollars on all of us. But soon I'll be having that ads come up. I
know. That thing that stinks is it's not immediate.
I know. They were like, next month. I was like, all right, YouTube, do me that next month. I've been waiting. You know how many days? I've been, Tessa, this many more hours, like every day. I'm going, all I need is this, Tessa. And then they're going to be like, in the next month.
I know. Well, hopefully it's.
Hopefully it's what?
It's soon for you.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember, so then the very beginning, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek here. Of the second issue is like episode 4 or 5.
So they
jump around a little.
Yeah.
But it's just a flashback to him being at the boys' home. So I think it's just something they saved for it to make more sense in the show.
So you wouldn't talk about the boys' home, so something's up with that we're going to find out about.
Would you want me to tell you?
No! I want to be surprised. Because there's more to talk about in this first episode. Like, he gets, I'm
trying to remember what was in the first episode.
So they go there, and he kind of starts, but then he starts having, like, beef with people that were already in there. And,
right? Well, there's different groups, right? We should explain that, right? So there's, like, the people who are the cartel, right? Mm-hmm. Like, kids of the cartel or whatever. Then there's kids of, like, basically everyone has to have a rep to get in, right? They had to have done something.
Yeah.
To get them in. And then he's in a group called the Rats, which are people who have they're not born into it.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. Because they even say
that's why I needed you, because I was confused about all that. Yeah. Remember I said, I have questions, Tessa.
Okay.
And I was confused about all that.
In one of the episodes, very briefly, when they're in poison class, they said, Well, the other kids, he said, don't worry, like, all these other kids have been training this since they were born.
Okay,
so, like,
so they're born
these
into
kids, the parents knew, I'm going to send them to King's Dominion. Like, they're going to go, or whatever, I think that's what it's called. But they said, you know, you're going to go and train to be an assassin. And they know that from the beginning. So these rats, King's Dominion School of the Deadly Arts, it's called.
Okay.
So these rats, which is their class, their, like, little group, are the people who... Yeah, they did something to get their rep to put them in there. Like, he burned down the boys' home and killed a bunch of people, supposedly or whatever. Right?
Oh, I can't wait to find out. Okay.
So, everyone who's a rat has done something to allow them to get in there. However, they weren't born into it. Like, there was the cartel, but then there's, like, the samurai, and, like, there's all the different, like, the mob, and, like, you know, well, there's that one girl, and then Chico, who he gets in a fight with. Chico, this girl basically sets him up to get in a fight with Chico.
Yeah, that was,
right?
And that whole thing, and they were like, I ain't messing, like, Chico, I guess, is apparently one not to mess with, right? Because they were like, oh, Chico. But he stands his ground with Chico. He does good.
He does. I like Marcus a lot. I really, really like Marcus. And, I wish you were caught up. We're gonna have to talk about it next week. You're gonna have to catch yourself up. There's only 5 episodes, I think, because there's some crazy stuff that goes down. Like, crazy, like with Chico and that girl, Maria.
No, they're not literal rats. They're the names of this club. So it's about, it's kids that are like assassins.
I'm looking here to see if they list off the people in the future. You can talk about it a little bit. And their
clubs are rats like people who rat on people. Yeah, why do they call them rats? They don't rat on people, so I wonder why they call them rats.
Right, I think they're just because they're low on the totem pole there, right?
Oh.
And they, like, get it. Like, there's a legacy dance in the future you'll see. It's not a big deal, but they don't even allow the rats to go to the dance.
Really?
I know.
Why do you gotta do the rats like that?
Oh, boy, they're showing so much.
I'm getting mad. Don't tell me. Don't spoil it for me.
It's just crazy that, like, there's stuff from, like, the last episode I just watched, like,
okay,
here.
Where did you order that from? Because I kind of want to read it now, too.
Amazon. I'll send you my affiliate link.
Okay. Hey, we can post it. I'll post my own on mine.
But then you have to order from mine. No.
I'll order from yours, and then I'll post mine in the discussion where you can order from with my affiliates.
Yeah. I know. It's so good. So I ordered just
that?
The first volume, but I'm going to order the rest.
I got me some Amazon gift cards to spend. So I'm like,
there you go. Hey, so you know what happens at the end of this episode? He goes out with the other guy with the cornrows, right?
Yeah. So he becomes kind of friends with the one guy, right? The big guy. He's like kind of tall. Yeah.
I don't want to give something away.
Don't give it away.
That's all that happens?
Just tell me what.
Has anybody died?
Oh, he kills the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, no. He kills somebody and everybody's like,
look, that's in the middle of this comic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he kills him.
That it's in the middle because that happens so quick.
And people are like, you killed him. And he's like, well, he deserved it.
They got the assignment. Their master told them, everyone, go out there, find someone who deserves to die, kill them, and bring me proof you killed them.
Yeah.
And proof that they deserved to die.
He did it. That guy deserved
Crazy.
it.
And Marcus is the only one who does it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, they didn't say that at the end?
No, because he was just, no, I don't think so. Maybe they did. Maybe I missed it. You know
how
I missed it?
It was like a real quick line.
Oh, maybe I missed it.
So you might have missed it, or it doesn't really give anything away, but they basically say, since only one of you completed the task, I have to give you a new one. So
we'll have to listen. Maybe when I catch up, maybe we'll come back Friday after I catch up and talk about the rest.
I know, I'm looking all this stuff.
I really want to talk about it, and you want to finish that, right? So that's the compilation. That's the whole, all the.
Look at this part. That's when he's on acid.
I thought they ain't supposed to do drugs.
They're not supposed to. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of drugs, a lot of violence.
They're supposed to do drugs.
I know they're not supposed to, but well, it looks like this is crazy because it looks like this ends right where I'm at in
So are you going to read
Sure.
ahead? Like, are you going to read the comic book first and then watch it? Like, watch the rest of it? Or you want to wait?
I'm probably going to end up ordering them because this is it's so good. Just reading that first issue, like, it's written really well. And I love
I like the penciling.
show, and I like comparing the two.
Yeah. I like the penciling, Evans. I like the penciling
The
of
art
it.
is great. So, and it was like not bad price. So like,
Well,
I might check my local shop, but it's just cheap. It's like half the price on Amazon.
yeah. Especially when they're older. Like, when did that come out?
It came out a while ago, I think. But there's only 4, I think there's only 4 volumes, so not too long. But the thing that had me into it immediately was, the Russo brothers. Because they know what they're doing.
Which, Tessa, that should have been the first thing out your mouth. She was like,
2014.
Do you want to really know when you first said, man, to watch The Deadly Class? I first read it as Deadly Catch. And they have that show, like I'm watching I thought it was The Catch when they go, right? They go out in the boats and they catch fish or sharks or something. And I was like, I ain't watching no Deadly Catch. And you're like, no, it's a comic thing. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, still. You're like, no. But it's so good, though. It's really good. SyFy comes out with some, like they had that whole The Purge that I was into.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
I liked it.
They were Expanse. Weren't they Expanse? That's probably what I was watching was The Expanse when I saw the preview for this. Have you watched The Expanse?
No.
That's in space. I don't know if you would like that as much.
I'm not big on the space stuff.
I know you aren't.
So
but this is just so good. Like these really assassins, the people, like the casting was so like done so well. I feel like because like you look at these people and you're like, oh yeah, I mean I know exactly who that is.
They should have found a little Wong like that though. I would have loved a little Wong like that. A little Monopoly Man Wong.
Oh, I found where they break down all the different groups.
Oh, okay. Tell us the groups.
So there's the preps, which is rich kids, mostly CIA or FBI. Oh. And they have a leader, Kendall, which I don't know if he's in. Anyway, there's the Dixie Mob, right?
Okay.
Which is the Brotherhood, Confederate holdouts, your run-of-the-mill rednecks. Brandy's the leader. Her dad's a famous neo-Nazi who shot a dozen civil rights leaders.
That's the racist ones.
Those are the racist ones, which they are because, man, they talk smack, too, a lot.
Really? Okay.
There's Soto Vatos, drug money cartel kids.
Okay,
Chico's in charge. Mm-hmm. His dad is the scariest effing boss in South America. Maria's his girl. Apparently she's got some kind of a learning disability is what he said. I don't know. We haven't seen that in.
Which one is Maria?
The one that had the face stuff and she's got that fan.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
She looked like the skeleton.
Yeah.
Okay. There's the Jersey Kings. Believe it or not, the dip in charge I'm like, I feel bad saying a bad word. In the yellow sweater is the son of Polly Caravaggio, and he's the total.
That's like the mobster ones. That's the gangsters. That's the mob.
The Jersey Kings, yeah. Mm-hmm. He moves all the drugs in the school.
Okay.
FWD, Final World Order, South Central Los Angeles. Leader is Willie. His dad was one of the most respected.
That's West Side. West Side.
That's the guy that he's friends with now. The one that couldn't kill the guy. So Marcus killed him for him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right? He's got a higher body count than General Patton, supposedly.
Okay.
But you saw, right? Why doesn't he kill the guy? Did he tell you why yet?
I don't remember. No. Why?
Okay. Shouldn't tell you?
Just tell us!
He says he's a pacifist and he doesn't actually kill anybody.
Oh, he did say that.
Like bogus.
No, he said that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's the one, you're talking about the one with the corn, that's him.
Cornrows. Willie, yeah.
Willie, yeah. He said, I'm a pacifist, yeah.
He says, I'm a pacifist, but don't tell anybody or I don't know what he'll do.
Or I won't kill you. Or I won't kill you. Don't tell nobody, I won't kill you.
And then it says there's the Kuroki Syndicate, Japanese gangsters, very mean, led by Saya, who you've already met. Uh-huh. She spent the last 2 days in the ditch for doing that cop, which is, she killed the cop in the comics. I don't think she did in...
She didn't kill anybody yet in the show.
No, but you know how the cops were like chasing him at the same time assassins were? Yeah. In the comics, she kills one of the cops.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but I don't
in the show.
think she did that in the
Evans?
And so that's what they say. So that,
and then the rats. And then what they say about the rats. Who's head of the rats?
doesn't really, I don't think there is a head of the rat.
Oh, the
so
poor
like, could he
rats
open
don't
up
even
that
have
box?
a head person.
Remember?
Wait, what?
Remember he opened the box that had the rat in it? And
Yeah.
He's like, what does that mean? So that's when they talk about it. It says, it's your next class. You've been selected for AP Black Arts. Someone must think very highly of you. You clearly don't know shit about shit, he said.
Tessa!
I'm sorry. I'm just reading.
Evans wants to know who the publisher is. Image Comics sounds like one of them stories. Who's the publisher?
What did he say?
The publisher? Is he asking, is it Image Comics?
It does sound like an Image Comics. I don't know. It is Image Comics. Yep. Look at that. I didn't even know who it was, but I ordered it. It's Image. It's good, though. It's so good. It's so good. It's getting like...
I mean,
like
I was
episode
hooked.
5.
I was hooked from the first episode. Just...
I know.
And I'm excited because, like I said, how it goes and like the scene where you see his parents die. So it does that often.
It goes into like animation style.
Animation style. Really? So like some scenes, isn't it only for like killing scenes or anything? It's like when probably like hardcore scenes it goes into animation style.
Like when he goes on when he gets on acid, that's all kind of.
Yeah, I can see it. Uh-huh.
But I kind of want to show you one thing.
Okay. Show it out. All right.
It's going to get you really excited for the future, I think.
For the what?
For the future of what you're going to see.
Is it in one of the episodes like you already watched?
Yeah, okay. And it's crazy. Can you see that guy and what he's doing?
Is he doing a cow?
It is a goat.
Who is that guy that took his picture of his dad? Who is that? Who is that guy?
Should I tell you who it is?
Well, like, I don't recognize him.
It was his roommate at the boys' home. And look, this is the first page of the second issue. Is his roommate at the boys' home? But look what he's doing. He's watching a dog show. And
he's a beastie. Oh! Oh! That's what. Oh, I burned it down too. I'm like, oh, you're nasty over here.
And it's crazy because he talks to him and he'll be like, you can't trust humans, but dogs. Ooh, like this dog on the TV. It's so gross.
Hide your puppies. Hide your goats. Oh, that's nasty.
It's so gross.
But
they don't show anything, but that's
what episode that Ella might
Did
not, you see that in the episode?
Ella.
Did you see? Did you see that in the episode?
I think it's either episode 4 or 5 where you see him watching the dog show and he's got his hand down his pants. Yeah. And then there's one part where a cop is walking and you hear a goat like, and they go in and he's like buttoning his pants.
Oh my God. Oh, nasty. Oh, I can't wait to watch it.
I know. He's like, if you think what I did to that goat was bad, wait till I find Marcus.
Oh, I'm going to have to get Greg on this show.
But look at what he looks like now.
That's what what happened to him?
He got burned up.
Oh, he got burned up in the place.
But we don't know, really. I mean, you know that, but I don't know. I think that's why he's out looking for Marcus.
You don't even have an excuse that he looks like that and he had to go to goats. That was before he got burnt up. His nasty self. Nasty. Poor dog.
All animals, because he's like super into those dogs. Like he was like watching it's a little tiny poodle. Did you see it? And he's all like, oh, this pretty dog.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Look at it. The poor little thing.
Don't show me again that he's doing. And what is he doing? He's just trying not to watch.
This is what it says. So this is the TV talking. This standard poodle skull is moderately rounded with a slight but definitive stop. It has a classic long straight muzzle. The ears hang close to the head and are long and flat. Blah, blah, blah. And the guy goes, coffee ole, where it counts. Run that coffee ole, because...
Coffee ole? What is that?
Good dog. Had a good dog like that back home. Dad took her away, but I had her for a good while. Good dog.
Oh.
I wonder why his dad took the dog away.
I can't even say nothing now.
He says it in the show. He's like, Dad didn't understand why I loved that dog or whatever.
Tessa, what kind of shows you get me to watch?
That's only a small part of it. But Brett and I last night were like, oh, because it doesn't come till later. Like I said, it's second. So maybe that's why they said we should maybe push this part of the story back a little bit till people understand and get hooked on the rest of this.
Heavy Duty Smokes didn't even know what he came into. Hi, Heavy Duty. He came into some stuff. Oh my
It's a good show though, and it's a really good comic.
I don't know.
It's good. I'm excited to read more because I want to know.
I'm excited now. I don't want to see that guy. He's gonna get me upset.
He's only in it a little bit.
He's gonna get me upset. Oh, that's nasty. That poor little dog.
I know.
We can't move on from this. We just have to end it now. How can you top bestiality? You can't top this. This is what we're going out on. This is what we're going out on.
But I swear the whole thing is good. You see a lot of killing. There's a lot of really good action. I love, like you mentioned, when it cuts to the animation parts. That's really cool. You're still thinking about that goat?
Yes. I can't unthink about that now.
Now you got to go watch it. Binge it today.
Yeah, I
don't even know when it's on TV normally. Let me look it up.
I'm not letting none of my kids watch that.
That's why I was kind of like...
There's a line.
I didn't want to give anything away, but I was like, you probably don't.
Now nobody's going to be... We're going to talk... I'll put my affiliates links down there. Ain't nobody going to be wanting to buy it now. Ain't nobody want to buy it after that.
Or maybe somebody will want to buy it.
We're going to judge you. We're going to judge you.
So that's a very, very, very small part of it.
It really is.
The next episode is on the 20th.
And you know what? It tells you like that place burned down for a reason. That place burned down for a reason now. You can't just be going around. They're trying to get rid of that guy.
So it's on Wednesday nights at 10 o'clock on SyFy.
Oh, okay. Wednesday nights. I've just been watching it on demand, which you can't. I need to set it to record because I can't like fast forward through it. Like the commercials and stuff.
I know. Yeah, set it to record. So Wednesday. So we'll be up to, hopefully, you're going to catch up. Next week we'll be up to episode 6.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's talk about it next Friday when I'm off, because I'll catch up by then.
So what did you watch? Just the first episode, or did you watch part of the second?
Just the first.
Just the first.
Mm-hmm. Because I fell asleep last night. I took a NyQuil. I've been sick and I fell asleep. So I finished it this morning, and I was like, I won't start the second because I knew I would have to stop. So I was like, I'm gonna wait.
It's good though, and and they're quick-ish. I mean, they're 45 minutes long. Whatever. They're an hour, but then when you get the commercials, so it's not too bad. Mm-hmm. And like I get sucked in, and there's so much going on that it's like it goes fast.
Yeah, it did, and that's what. Like the storyline, everything. I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I am. You got me. You got me. And I was trying to refuse it. I was trying to be like, I know, Tessa, and I'm hooked.
And it was the Russo brothers. I should have led with that.
You should. I was like, now you're telling me? The hell you telling me?
I should have led with that. I should have led with that because, man, they're so good. And I think I will tell you too, from what I've read in the comic, which is only the first and part of the second issue. Mm-hmm. I think the way they're building it up is better. Like the fact that the very beginning of the second issue is the guy with the dog, like that would probably be too much to be in episode 2.
Because there was already so much to, like, that's why I said I need to ask you about the groups and all that, because I was already a little, like, what's going on here? So they couldn't have brought that dog up in there. They couldn't have brought that dog right away.
It's just episode 4 or maybe even 5.
They have to lead into that. They have to lead into this.
Well, I think they're showing that this guy, because the thing is, if they kill someone, they have to deserve to die. Yeah. That's what they've learned already. Yeah. So I think they're trying to show you this kid deserved to die. Right?
Is he going to die?
I don't know. But if Marcus and him are, or Marcus, maybe he tried to kill him. That's why he set the place on fire. I don't know.
We better go, Tessa. What? I've already said Pokemon Pet Detective Pikachu trailer number 3 just dropped.
All right.
We gotta go. We gotta go. Bye, y'all. Bye. That's all. You better have done it. He better not be messing with us. Bye, y'all.
Bye.